Coliseum in Richfield, Ohio, and the Braves and the Cavaliers are just about set to tip it off. Hello, everyone. I'm Don Cricky with Steve Jones. We wish all of you the very best. And we think this is leading off a very great NBA schedule, culminating, of course, with the NBA Championship Series in May. Steve, a lot of people in the league feel that this is the best balanced year yet for the NBA.
Don, the reason for it is youth has been served. Every team has at least 5 or 6 very good players to go along with the experienced veterans, and that adds for a lot of depth, and it's very competitive, and it's just very tough to win.
Well, we've got two good clubs today. The Cavaliers right now, the co-leaders with the Washington Bullets in the Central Division. You see them with 17-12 records, and San Antonio's keeping the heat on right behind. Atlanta's over 500. They're doing well, so you got 4 clubs running very well right now in the Central Division. The Buffalo Braves currently are running behind the New York Knicks and the first place Philadelphia 76ers in the Atlantic Division, although Buffalo could be a lot better ball club starting right now because Marvin Barnes is back.
The invisible man. You know he's returned, and he's got a lot of potential. He's the type of player who can really dominate the defensive board, get the ball out, get a team running, get in offensively, score a lot of points. He's got all the talent in the world if he can stay on the court.
Of course, Marvin Barnes is a guy who's had his problems, but there's one thing you can be sure of: he can play basketball. There is the coach of the Braves, Cotton Fitzsimmons, and his starting lineup, Billy Knight, averaging over 26 points a game his last 15 times out at one forward up front with him. On the Braves will be Will Jones. The big power center is Swen Nader, the guy who played behind Walton at UCLA for 2 years. And in the back line, a good quickness there in Chuck Williams and the Fleet All-Star Randy Smith. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, under their head coach Bill Fitz, who's been with the club as the head man since the very inception of the team back in 1970 as an expansion franchise. The forwards today will be power forward Jim Brewer out of Minnesota. Up front with him is a guy who can really shoot the basketball, Campy Russell. The center, and he's been the key to Cleveland winning a lot of games and being on top in the division with Washington, Jim Jones. And in the backcourt, 2 good scorers, Austin Carr, and in the backcourt with him is Walt Frazier, the former Knick player, 5 times an All-Star. Hugh Evans is one of our officials today, along with Bob Rakel, and we're ready to tip it off here at Richfield, Ohio. This is the first meeting of this season between Cleveland and Buffalo. They were supposed to play earlier, December 9th. That game was snowed out at Buffalo. Marvin Barnes returned to this team, the Braves, for a Friday night game. Played 18 minutes in that game, went the distance in the 4th quarter, and then during that stretch, he shut out the great forward, young forward for the New Jersey Nets, Bernard King, over the last 12 minutes. So we're ready to go now. It'll be Jim Jones going up against Swen Nader. The Cavaliers in their wine and gold uniforms. The Buffalo Braves wearing the light blue. Rakel puts the ball in the air, and the Buffalo Braves come down with it. Here's Randy Smith. Very quick, matched against Austin Carr, who shuts him off at the baseline. Ball is tipped out, and Billy Knight, a good shooter, feeds off to Nader. And the big guy from UCLA can't make it go. Knight almost came up with the ball, and now here come the Cavaliers and Walt Frazier with that distinctive dribble of his, that high dribble, controlled dribble. Brewer gets it out to Jones, one of the best shooting centers in the NBA, and he puts the first points up. Steve?
The Cavaliers, what we can look for in this game is the Cavaliers to run patterns and shoot the ball from the outside. An excellent perimeter shooting basketball team. And the Braves will try and run using Randy Smith's quickness and Billy Knight getting down the court to get the opportunity shot.
The Braves have tightened up their defense a lot this season. They're averaging less than 106 points a game. They've done that by just playing the ball a lot tighter far out. They're not letting teams come down and set up against them. Nader with the hook shot evens the game up at 2. Austin Carr is really controlling the ball a lot more than he has in the past in his career.
Well, Austin Carr, now they have him in a playmaking role, trying to save Frazier. I talked to Frazier yesterday afternoon. He feels like he's a designated shooter now.
Now coming off the flank is Will Jones, and he can't get it to go, but the ball is followed up and in. Looked like Billy Knight got it.
Billy Knight has a nose for the basketball. He does not seem like he's doing much, but he deceptively will get 20, 24 points and a half. You have to really concentrate on him.
Austin Carr is so very tough when he penetrates like that because Carr is equally adept with either hand inside. And he evens the game up at 4. It's going to be a great season of NBA basketball on CBS. We talked about the balance in the league, and You'll be watching a number of different games throughout the season. Regionalization of NBA basketball. The ratings were up markedly last year. We expect the same again this year because the balance in the league is so good. There are so many good teams, and it's going to be tough to make. It's tough to keep winning. Cleveland got on top of this division by winning 11 of 13 during one stretch, and they lost 6 in a row. You can't tell which way it's going to go. The rebound comes down to Jones, and here comes Austin Carr. Campy Russell, who can fire it up from half court if need be. That one goes way Aaron, and down court comes Will Jones, a big guy popping from the outside, and Buffalo goes in front.
The problem the Cavaliers are going to have, if they're going to shoot quickly from the outside, they're going to have to get some second shots because that is the first pass to a fast break if you miss the shot.
We have 9:35 to play in the first quarter. 6-4, Braves in the lead. And the first foul of the ball game sends Walt Frazier to the free throw line as he evened it up with a shot, and now will shoot for a three-pointer.
Well, Frazier's had some problems shooting, but here he's most effective when he has the basketball, can back his man down, give him a quick little head fake and go up. That time he got Williams with it, and he's on the line for one.
The other night, Frazier went against his old teammates, the Knicks, here at the Coliseum. Pumped in 23 as Cleveland won the game, beat New York for a second time this season. Will Jones takes a look inside, gets it down low to Nader, big power forward center. Not a big scorer, but he can back in and set a lot of picks inside like he just did there, but Knight can't get it to go, and here come the Cleveland Cavaliers on the run. They don't do it often. Frazier leads the break down. Control break, gets it off to Brewer. And Jones again brings Nader away from the basket, shooting from the outside, but Nader gets it bounced to him in the side court. Knight takes it down the lane, off to Nader, and the big guy lays it in, and Buffalo, playing a good team game, now moves in front.
Just tremendous foot speed by Randy Smith made that break. He just took off and left someone, and that left Billy Knight open, and he passed the ball off to Swin Nader for the easy hoop.
Cotton Fitzsimmons, the Buffalo coach, says the key to his team winning regularly is they have to have Nader underneath, controlling the defensive board, or at least getting a fair share. A lot of the centers try to bring him out and away because Buffalo's not a real big team. Jones uses a good fake to the hoop. That didn't go. And it'll go back the other way. So we have 8 minutes and 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter here at the Coliseum in Richfield, Ohio, with the Braves leading the Cavaliers 8-7. Back at the Coliseum in Richfield, Ohio, the Braves moved out to an 8-7 lead early in the first quarter.
They've basically gotten ahead on opportunity shots. They've gotten down the floor and gotten the ball up quickly. Cleveland has missed from the outside, which has given Buffalo the chance to run.
So the Cavaliers come out. There are the Braves. The Cavaliers, a lot of big people up front. Jones at 6'11". Brewer, 6'9". He's strong, though. He really plays a strong inside game. Blocks people out. And there's the backcourt, Austin Carr and Walt Frazier.
The backcourt has two similar type of players. Carr is an offensive player who likes to have the basketball as well as Frazier, and they've decided that Frazier will last a lot longer during the course of the season if he doesn't handle the ball too much.
And Carr has been taking fewer shots and making a lot better percentage since he's been playing with the ball. Here comes Smith on the drive, takes it right down the lane. Basket goes, and we have a foul on the play. Smith is a guy who gets the ball and doesn't lose a step of quickness. He can run by everybody.
Smith has just tremendous foot speed, and he just takes the ball and blows by Frazier right here and takes it right in. Cavaliers have to close the middle. When they see a man coming down like that, they have to shut it off. If you let him get in that deep, he's going to score and get fouled every time.
That makes it a 10-7 game. Buffalo with a 3-point lead. Frazier goes schoolyard. It inside. Clyde now has 5 points, and Cleveland's back to it in 1.
Well, Frazier moves between his legs right there, makes a real nice move on the spin and loses Randy Smith and goes up with a push, and he cans it. Another chance to make another free throw and a 3-point play for Frazier.
So the game is now tied up at 10 with 7:50 to play in the first quarter. Frazier tipped the ball away from Knight, and the Braves will bring it inbounds.
Don, it looks like we're going to have a high-scoring game, basically because both defenses are very soft. Neither team is really going out and being aggressive and attacking. Both teams are allowed to move the basketball wherever they want.
Russell saved the ball, but Smith gets it. Now he's going to go one-on-one with Jim Jones. He puts it up over him, and the Braves take the lead 12-10. 4 points for Smith. Again, opportunities. That's what's making the Braves quick right now. They try and get the ball down as quickly as they can. Campy Russell made a bad play in saving in the backcourt and throwing it back to 4 Braves. Randy Smith pulled it in and scored. Jones again tries the jump shot, this time in closer from 10, and now the Braves come right back the other way, leading by 2. Knight can do tricks inside, loses the big man with the fake. Cleveland comes back the other way. Williams trying to shut off Carr, but Austin Carr drills it off the baseline, so the game is tied at 12. 4 points for Austin Carr. Nader just posts himself on either side of the lane. Very little movement. Looks for people breaking off the feed. Now nobody opens, so Nader turns around and hits it himself. Ball is back on a good defensive play by Williams. Buffalo leading by 2 in the first quarter. Nader gets his own rebound, goes back up, and here's a foul call from Hugh Evans underneath. Jim Jones called for the personal, his first. Swen Nader is most effective when he's in deep. The last time down, he posted up on that side, took a long hook shot, and then came in to follow with no box out. You cannot allow a big man to chase the ball like that. He'll get you in foul trouble, and Jones must box him off the board. You know, Steve, Swen Nader never played college basketball. He was in junior college, California. Born in Holland, then he got good real fast. He went to UCLA and played behind Walton for 2 years, went against him in practice every day. He never played there either because Walton was playing all the time, but he did get a lot of practice. He does do some things very well. He likes to play in deep, and he's an excellent defensive rebounder. You have to box him off the board. Austin Carr gets free down low, puts the shot up. As you see, it doesn't go, but he did draw the foul. Williams was on him. Both these teams have been able to move the ball. Watch Will Jones. He's way off Campy Russell. This is too much distance on the defense. He makes the pass inside to a cutting Carr, who's very tough in deep. He goes with either hand down in deep. He's 6'2", 6'3". He likes to post up. He'll take anybody inside. That was the third team foul against the Buffalo Braves. 5 points now for Carr. It's a 16-13 game Buffalo. Now the Cavaliers are back to within 2. The Braves have the ball. They clear aside for Randy Smith, but now Frazier comes over to help out. Shut off the middle, and Smith again goes up and over Austin Carr. So it's now a 4-point lead as Randy Smith has scored 6 for Buffalo. Buffalo's gone much more to a patterned offensive game. They do have the great speed in the backcourt, but some of the frontliners can't run with it, so they set the offense a lot. Didn't get it to go, but Brewer follows the shot up. Well, again, the reason that both teams are being able to score so easily, someone is giving Merry Christmas to someone out there. They just are not getting close and up on defense. Maybe no one used any deodorant today, and nobody wants to get close. Well, it's a 2-point game. Buffalo 18, Cleveland 16. Now Smith gets it. He's got 8, and Buffalo has the 4-point advantage. Frazier, in the love affair with New York, started to dwindle the last couple of years. He's had a rebirth here in Cleveland. He likes their offense. He got away from the running game at New York, and they don't play the running game here at Cleveland. They play his kind of a game, a setup as he drills another one, that overhead jumper. He's got 8. It's a 2-point advantage for Buffalo. Frazier going for the steal and sends Chuck Williams to the free throw line. That's Walt Frazier's second. Here it is again, Steve. Walt just makes a bad move right here. Chuck Williams is completely under control. Walt thinks he doesn't see him, and he just dives in and gets him across the back with his body. Jones with that good rebounding position had Nader blocked off the board. Here come the Cavaliers. Jones with a big play. Big play by Jim Jones. And there's a whistle on the play also. He just blew on by Nader.
A little shake and bake right by Swen Nader. That's probably what he should do. Majority of the times he takes it in for that big grand slam, and Will Jones ducks out of the way. Jones is a perimeter shooting center. He only shoots 46% from the field, and most of his shots come up from the outside, but he has a quickness advantage over Nader.
So he tied the game with that driving shot. It's now 20-20. We have 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Randy Smith, he can trigger it quick. He gets it away, and the Braves again take the 2-point lead. 10 points for Randy Smith here in the first quarter. 10 of Buffalo's 22. Jones missed it all there and comes back the other way.
That was a bad pass by Campy Russell. He tried to get the ball out and make that big play inside. If he'd moved the ball to the outside on a short pass, they would have gotten a chance to score.
Frazier likes to play with the ball. He's been criticized for it. One teammate said, you're not sure what to do when he's got it, so you wait till he's done with it. But when he's clicking, he's tough, and he is tough right today, as he now has knocked in another one and draws a foul.
Frazier very good with the basketball. This is what he really likes to do. He likes to back it down. Randy Smith pushing and shoving right here. Frazier, no contact now. He's clean. Missed the call.
So the basket negated as the foul came before he shot the ball. Remind you that the Fiesta Bowl matching Arizona State and Penn State will immediately follow this NBA game here on CBS. Cotton Fitzsimmons, the Buffalo coach, yelling out to his team, make contact. He's telling his people to box out, block off the boards, and get the ball. It's a 1-point game, Buffalo 22-21. Knight takes a look inside. They back off him. Got a loose ball foul coming up on Swen Nader, pushing off inside.
But this is nearly an automatic call. Will Jones will come right over the top here. He doesn't really touch Jim Brewer, but it's almost an automatic call. Every time you come over the top, they're going to call it. Cotton Fitzsimmons does not like to call.
So with Buffalo in the penalty situation here in the first period, Austin Carr goes to the free throw line. Carr has 7. The game is tied at 22. Buffalo working plays on the weak side, setting people up, and there it's hit down. 12 points now for Smith.
Well, that was Chuck Williams who scored that basket that time, and he was lost a year ago. He came from Denver and just could not get his game going. He's a player that likes to play with the basketball, like Frazier, likes to dribble it and work for the shot and maybe make the pass.
He's been with more teams than any guy in the league, I think.
Suitcase Williams. Again, players move for different reasons, and he's the type of player that fits the talent of a team that allows him to penetrate and pass the basketball, as we see that Buffalo leads here on Christmas Day.
And Jones hitting that shot tied the game at 24. We'll be back in a moment. Here's are tied at 24. Steve, Buffalo only has one player, Randy Smith, who started last season with him. It's taken a while, I guess, to get these guys all back together. They've made some big changes.
Well, if we look at Bill Fitz there as he looks at his team, but Buffalo has completely rebuilt their team, and they are just now beginning to get themselves together. Chuck Williams and Randy Smith are the only returners, and Smith the only starter. They have gone from a slow team to a team with some quickness, and they try and get up and down the court to get that opportunity shot.
They made some big trades. They traded Shoemate, Adrian Dantley. Didn't feel they could run with these quick backcourt players. Down low to Swen Nader, and he gets it up over Jones, but the roll goes to Cleveland, and Russell takes it down. Cleveland plays a nice inside game. They get a lot of people in position down low. Ball comes back inbounds here to the Cavaliers. Last touch by Knight of Buffalo.
Jim Jones makes a pass to the cutting Russell. He got a little bump from Will Jones, and Billy Knight almost picked it off, giving help from the weak side.
Frazier, who's a little bit bigger than Randy Smith, but Smith looked like he got a piece of that ball. And the Braves got it back in. Got Fitzsimmons, the talker out there. He's telling me he thinks there's a personal foul on it.
Cotton, just like most coaches, he's begging for everything he can get all the time. And never a foul on his team. It's always that wine and go. Cleveland will make every foul today.
Here comes Knight. Moves off nicely and gets it off the backboard to make it a 26-24 game Buffalo. We're in the first period with 1:35 to play in it. 4 points for Knight. Gabby Russell can't get it to go, and the rebound was last touched by Cavalier. Cotton Fitzsimmons up there screaming, "Get up there! Get that rebound." They're getting the ball down low a lot to Nader.
Well, the reason they get the ball in deep and move the ball anywhere on the perimeter, the defense is just not up. The basketball is being moved from side to side with a great deal of ease, and there's no pressure on the basketball. That's the reason we've seen so many points.
Well, he's got 50 up so far in the first period with a minute to play in it. Buffalo leading 26-24. Both teams going the full first quarter with their starting fives. We've not yet had a substitution. Chucky Williams now goes to the free throw line for the Braves.
Chuck Williams is an excellent free thrower. He loves to get the basketball, back his man down, then try and work for a shot or make the dish-off play. That's when he's most effective. When he was at Denver a year ago, as Cotton Fitzsimmons looked on, shouting some words of encouragement, he could not make that play in that Denver passing game.
Jones got his first personal foul. Russell comes in, blocks off the shooter, and takes the rebound. Cleveland's going a lot of one-on-one. One guy's hammering the ball off the floor a lot, looking to take the shot. Now they kick it out to Jones. He can really hit from out there.
Notice again, they play type of basketball where they pull their center outside. This keeps Nader off the defensive board, and Jones can vary those shots, but no one's playing any real aggressive defense. That's why the ball goes down so easy.
Jones, with that last shot, has 8. Sven Nader got wrapped on the dome. Somebody parted his hair, but they'll just get the ball inbounds.
It'll take a real good shot to part that hair. He's an awfully physical player.
Randy Smith has got his game going here. He puts the Braves in front again by 2, 28-26. We have Smith down for 14 points in the first quarter. Good basketball. Campy Russell loses one man with a hand fake, another with the dribble, and puts it off. Ties the game as the first period ends. There is the horn, and so they shoot it out here in the first. Looking on at Richfield, Ohio. Here come the Cavaliers back out. We have a deadlock at the end of the first period, 28-28.
They didn't do anything but put the ball in the air. Everybody got a chance to shoot it, and everybody got a chance to score. They sure enough had themselves a good time in that first quarter, and it's a Christmas present for everybody.
There'll be a lot of points up there the way we're going. 56 in the first quarter. Both these teams are known for defense this year. And there is the man that can turn Buffalo around. Marvin Barnes is in the lineup.
Everyone take a good look. The invisible one is now on the court, and he can't play.
Yes, indeed. Marvin can play basketball. Walt Frazier getting the basket gives Cleveland the lead 30-28. Frazier has 11 points. We open the second period. Barnes moving around. They've got Brewer on him. Here's Marvin Barnes with the basketball. Hound Dog McLean gets a free shot, puts it up. So he comes in the backcourt for Buffalo. 30-30. Cleveland uses that shot clock. They'll let it wind down. They're a controlled team. Campy Russell heading to the basket, and we have a foul call. Marvin Barnes gets his first.
Well, Marvin looks like he's got a little glue on his feet right there as he let Campy Russell go right down the lane. He got the call. There was no contact by him. It was someone else reaching in. Campy Russell gets a chance to shoot a pair. He needs some shots on the foul line to get himself going. He's struggling from the outside, but he is really a good offensive basketball player.
Campy Russell now has 3 points. He got his first field goal at the close of the first period to tie the game, and now the Cavaliers have a 1-point lead, 31-30. Barnes played at Providence College. They clear a side for him. He goes in on Brewer. Gets his own rebound. Marvin Barnes going to shoot 2. Jim Brewer hit him.
Barnes very effective down and deep. He tries to power over Brewer. No box out as he comes out clean right there. Takes it back up. Again, Brewer in front of him, and he gets him on the arm, and Marvin's going to get a chance to shoot.
Marvin says he hopes his career is going to be good news from now on. Wanted us to tell fellas at the ACI in Providence, Rhode Island, he's playing this one for them. Barnes gives Buffalo a 1-point lead, 32-31. Carr pushes the ball up quickly. Cleveland with their forwards, they always have some big person way outside drawing a potential rebounder away. Austin Carr now has his 8th and 9th points, and the Cavaliers again take a 1-point lead.
Notice the Cavaliers are picking down, getting their guards a shot on the outside. And again, the Braves, no pressure on the passer. The ball is moving very freely. Players popping out, and he's got a good chance to bury the shot as when Nader gets his hook down.
Doesn't he? Like George Mike, and he sweeps it up, and Buffalo has the 1-point lead. Nader has 10. Here comes Randy Smith, and can't he go? Down to Marvin Barnes, who gets all of it on the way down, and Buffalo opens up a 3-point lead.
That's foot speed right there. Both of those players can really burn. Barnes hustling, his eyes lit up as he took it in for a slam.
Foot speed will help you.
That will make a guy over the hill real quick.
That's where it shows up, doesn't it, when they can't chase anymore?
When you don't have that foot speed and quickness. Quickness is probably the most important thing in the game. When you lose that, you're in a lot of trouble. If Frazier scores again, Frazier thinks he's playing against the Knicks. He's everywhere.
And now they come right back with the ball in the steal, and now Knight tips it away for Buffalo. So the ball goes back and forth and then back again, and Buffalo comes up court. Here's McLean with it. Good, sure hands, controls the ball, and brings the Cavaliers to the lead by 1.
Well, Frazier very good at stealing the basketball. He played the passing lane that time. Randy Smith expecting the defense to be as it has been, passive. Frazier just jumped out there and took it in. He wants all those people to know he can still play the game.
And he plays. 15 points for Clyde here. And the Cavaliers come back down with Austin Carr calling a play. He wants motion down low.
Can you believe Frazier told me yesterday he was having a shooting problem?
Not today, he's out of it. Got an offensive foul called. And before we go back to the action, we're going to have a timeout on the floor with 8:50 to go in the second period. The score, the Cavaliers 37, the Braves 36. Fans across the country are right now casting ballots for the starting teams in the annual NBA All-Star Game, which will be played in Atlanta on February 5th and be seen here on CBS. Balloting, which ends on January 1, is taking place at an all-time record rate. In the Western Conference, there are the leaders at forward. Maurice Lucas and the champion Trailblazers is the leader, with Rick Barry running number 2. Walton is the leader at center. Hollins and Thompson in the backcourt getting a lot of votes. In the East, Julius Erving is really getting some votes. The doctor, 134,000. Larry Keenan of San Antonio, the second leading forward vote getter. And then we go down to the guards. Pete Maravich is always with a lot. Doug Collins of the 76ers. Bob McAdoo of the Knicks, number 1 at the center position. That's going to be a good basketball game. It always is. It's coming up February 5th, the annual All-Star Game here on CBS. We have 6:59 to play in the first half. It is Cleveland 41, the Buffalo Braves 40. In the game right now for Cleveland in the backcourt, we have Walt Frazier, puts Walker with the ball. He's quick, gives him penetration. Campy Russell is up front along with Bingo Smith and Jim Jones. That's Russell with the ball, trying to lose Marvin Barnes. Braves helping out nicely on defense.
Well, that time He ran a little bit with the ball. He made 2 or 3 moves on the side before he ever put the ball down on the court and got to the hoop, but there was no call, and Fitzsimmons kind of lost his cool.
Now Cleveland comes back running. The man who led the break, the whipcracker there, was 6'7" Campy Russell, and Bingo Smith hit it. 43-40 Cavaliers.
That was the first breaking opportunity the Cavaliers had. They got it because Billy Knight missed from the outside. The shot came up quickly. They got a chance to get the ball and run the other way, and Bingo Smith can really shoot the basketball.
That was a nice play by Ted McLean coming down the baseline, and he was fouled on the play.
Right there, no one really close to him. See how much room there is right there. He tries to glide in. Doesn't look like there's much contact. He's on the line.
Yeah, they called it on Walker.
It's Christmas.
His second. So that ties the game, the three-point play at 43. Bingo Smith, they say he hits it from another area code. He can really fire from way out. Jones tried to force the ball down. There's a whistle, and a foul call goes against Cleveland.
Well, the foul's against Butch Walker as he comes in here. Now he beats it. Swin Nader, he sees Jones is open, but he got help from the weak side, and he just ran over someone.
The game is tied here at Richfield, Ohio, 43-43. Don Criqui with Steve Jones as the Braves get it up, and Randy Smith gets it down, and now Buffalo takes a 2-point lead as Smith is in with 14.
Randy Smith having a field day out there. Not enough defense being played on him. Of course, players don't want to get up on him too closely because he does have that tremendous quickness and can blow by.
Walt Frazier going one-on-one with Randy Smith. Hey, sometimes you think that Campy Russell can score the bag overs on the outside. When he gets hot, he can just break it open. He didn't have that to go now. It's back the other way as Marvin Barnes drills one down from about 18 feet away. He's got 6.
That's vintage Marvin Barnes right there. That's the way he played when he was at St. Louis. Tried to get down the court quickly, get that quick opportunity shot. He's an excellent perimeter shooter. Bingo Smith brings it right back.
He hits those wedge shots way up.
The Nets are on fire, Don Criqui.
Okay, they're putting points up 47-45. The Braves by 2. Marvin starting to make his presence felt. 8 points. Marvin feels that his affairs are in order now. He had some financial problems because of the business acumen of John Y. Brown, Buffalo owner, who really has helped him out. McLean takes a look. Spins off and sends Foots Walker down to the deck, and so the ball will turn back over to Cleveland. A personal foul on McLean. And here comes Elmore Smith into the game.
Well, they're bringing Elmore Smith in because he can block shots. He has a record for most blocked shots in a game, and they're going to cut all that out. Bill Fitz said, we'll just bring this shooting over our men to a screeching halt.
They were getting the shots up over Jones. 4-point lead for Buffalo, 49-45. Frazier does tricks. Clyde has 17.
Frazier has found himself a home down on the baseline, and he's working off those screens very well. Randy Smith looking to get that basket back in return as he goes to the baseline.
Barnes trying to gun it inside tonight, and the ball will come back into the Braves. Frazier moved here from New York, and he's been the house guest of Jim Jones now for several months. I understand he just bought a house around out here.
About to get out on his own. He's been an orphan.
Randy Smith can get up in the air. He hits it again. Now he has 16 points, and the Braves have a 4-point lead, 51-47. We have 3:50 to go in the half. Billy Knight coming up with the ball to Randy Smith, trying to get it down court to McLean. There'll be a foul call. Woods Walker hacked.
Right here, Randy Smith chasing, trying to keep up, and he just picks up the ball as Ted McLean, an excellent defensive player, slapped it away. Smith trying to burn up the floor, lost control.
Walker now has 4 personals, and that's the 4th team foul against the Cavaliers.
Frazier just got a short rest that time. Randy Smith mailed that last jumper air mail, and Frazier said, let me back in there and let me see if I can't stop some of that.
Randy Smith was fouled, as you saw in the back court, so he'll shoot twice. Now Marvin Barnes, because that takes a rest. Will Jones comes back in. Braves got good news today. They thought they'd lost a great little backcourt player, Nate Archibald, for the season. He got a Christmas present today. The cast is coming off. As you may be aware, he had Achilles tendon surgery back in October. Was pronounced out for the season. He's recuperated quickly. They think he'll be back now by February 1. Good offensive board by Elmore Smith. When he wants to play, he can be great. A lot of times he just shows up.
He has that problem of once every 3 weeks, but when that one day comes in the 3 weeks, he's just awesome.
Russell. Here comes Austin Carr. A good lead to Russell inside. Oh, it's going to go back the other way. The call goes against the Cavaliers. Russell was elbowing as he drove.
Well, you have to learn how to act a little bit. Russell comes in here. He goes up. He pushes off, but he's just trying to protect him that side as Will Jones was coming across. Tough call.
Tempo of the game picking up now with 3:05 to play in the first half, and the Braves leading by just 3, 52-49. Leads going back and forth. There's Elmore Smith rejecting, but there's a whistle before the shot.
Billy Knight works on Bingo Smith right here. He looking for the pass. A little bump right there. There's the call back outside.
So we have a time. There is Billy Knight. Played at the University of Pittsburgh as a collegian. 3-time All-Star and 3 seasons with the Indiana Pacers and then of the ABA. Was with them last year when they joined the NBA. Came to Buffalo in the trade that sent Dantley to Indiana. Now, Buffalo has its biggest lead, a 5-point advantage, 54-49. Knight has 10.
That was a real first pressure that we've seen out of either defense today. Buffalo came up after the missed free throw and tried to pressure him, maybe try and crack the game open before the half.
Buffalo had a full press in the backcourt. Cleveland breaks it, gets it over the timeline. They lost some time on the shot clock now. There's a steal. Look at this Randy Smith go. Got a lead man on the right flank, and that is Ed McClain. Tapped out to Jim McDaniels, who's come in, a big 7-footer, and now Clyde Frazier has it back the other way. Foul call is on McDaniels.
Well, Buffalo had the advantage on that fast break opportunity, but McClain threw up a bad shot. They get a second effort. Right here, you'll see Russell coming across. He challenges McDaniel. He's not known as a shot blocker, and he's going to be on the line for a couple of more free throws. Russell's making a living off that line today.
Leading scorers are Smith with 17 for the Braves and Frazier with 17 for the Cavaliers. Ampey Russell now has put up 9 points. It's a 3-point game, the Braves in the lead. Frazier goes for the steal again. That leaves McClain open coming off the flank, and he puts it up and over Elmore Smith. That's not easy to do. Elmore must take about a size 54 shirt sleeve.
Tremendously long arms, and that's the reason that he not only jumps well, but that's the reason that he can block so many shots. Arms seem to just continue to go up forever.
Elmore gets it inside. That hoop will go, and we have a foul call.
Scott Fitzsimmons said, "You can't do that to me." He traveled before he got the shot. It didn't look like a travel right there. Again, McDaniels does not have the reputation as a shot blocker, but he's trying to block the shot, get himself in foul trouble.
McDaniels has been out of basketball for a year and a half. He started to come on, though. At 18 points and a quarter against Houston, had 26 for the game. He's a 7-footer out of Western Kentucky.
McDaniels has a lot of offensive firepower. He's just got the misreputation, and it's been very hard for him to play his type of game. He's not a real dominant type of center.
Ampey Russell took the ball away from McDaniels. Here comes Austin Carr off the baseline of the floor. Getting rough inside now.
Not too rough. You'll see the entire sequence. The ball comes off here. McDaniels gets it swiped away, and Russell has it in the middle. We're coming back. He makes the pass. Probably should have gone the other side. McClain just made a great block.
So Buffalo holding to a 2-point lead, 56-54. We're down to 1:20 to go in the first half. And Will Jones gets some points. He has 4.
The defense has now come on like a little fighter does. Right at the end, he tries to make a big flurry, and the defenses have picked up, trying to make that big score going into halftime.
Good save by McDaniels. McLean guns the ball up tonight. One-on-one with Bingo Smith. And we're going to have a foul called.
Right, again, Bingo Smith plays him this time perfectly. He takes a position away from him, gives a little act. Buffalo loses the ball, and Cleveland's going to come back up the other way as Terry Furlow comes in the basketball game to make his first appearance.
Furlow was with the 76ers last season. Top draft choice out of Michigan State, led the Big Ten in scoring. Didn't get much playing time with the 76ers. It's pretty tough to get playing time there with the personnel they have. Haven't they done some job under Billy Cunningham?
Cunningham has turned all those horses loose, and they really can run. Mike Glenn has come in the game, and they're matching up with Furlow and Glenn in the backcourt.
Clyde comes down the middle and gets 18 and 19.
Frazier just working his show. Again, not much defense. You can't let a player of his offensive ability just go in and out like that.
Buffalo's lead is cut to 2, 58-56. We're down to 25 seconds. Bingo Smith, 20 feet out, blocks the game up at 58. 6 points for Smith. The first period, you'll recall, ended at a tie, 28-28. Now we're locked up at 58 as we come down the final 10 seconds of the first half. Stay with us at halftime for the horse competition and a report from the Fiesta Bowl. A foul just before the buzzer right now here at the Richfield, Ohio Coliseum. We're going to have a man shoot a free throw before the first half is officially over. Will Jones is at the line.
Will Jones got Jim Brewer on that fake. That's one of the problems that Brewer has a lot. He leaves his feet, and that's going to give the Braves a chance to go 2 up as the half ends. But he missed his first one.
These are tough ones to make. Lots of people looking on.
Those are the best ones to make. That takes the air out of all that.
Way to make 2, so it took a little while, but Will Jones got the both of them, and it's 2-point advantage for the Buffalo Braves, 60-58 at the end of the first half of play.
Both teams excellent outside shooters.
But you weren't overwhelmed by the defensive effort.
Well, defense is really what makes the offense work, and if you've got a very aggressive defense, that makes it that much tougher for the offense to score, and neither team really made the offensive unit work, and that's the reason we had so many balls up in the air and so many points scored. The Braves have 60, Cavaliers are down by 2.
I personally like it like that. Lots of points. Here's Randy Smith leading Buffalo with 17 points. Knight has 10 up front. Nader had 10 in the middle. Marvin Barnes came in and hit 8, picked up 3 personals. McLean scored quietly, but he got 7, as did Will Jones. And Chucky Williams, one of the starting guards, got 2. The big scorer in the game, he has to be our leading candidate at the moment for the Chevrolet MVP award, is Walt Frazier with 19 points. Then we got nice balance.
They do have excellent balance. All the people on that team can shoot the ball. Carr has 9, Russell the same, Jones and Bingo Smith 6 as he came off the bench. Elmore Smith has 3, and Foots Walker has a couple.
So now, as the Cavaliers get set to inbound the ball, we have Carr and Frazier working in the back line for Cleveland, and the regular starters up front, Brewer, Jones, and Kempy Russell. Williams and Randy Smith in the backcourt for Buffalo. Nader's the center. Knight is up front with Will Jones. Buffalo comes out and pushes the ball. The man with the ball out high. They're going to force the point. Here is a carom out to Will Jones. The big guy can put it on the floor. Oh, Jim Brewer comes out of the woodwork. Austin Carr with some good hands gets the ball. The shot is tipped around. Going to go against Frazier. He pushed off Randy Smith inside. See?
Well, that's that automatic call. The play's a little ragged at the start. Randy Smith tries to make a cross-court pass. Brewer comes across and saves. Carr makes a nice spinning move right there. Frazier and Smith are both going for the ball.
Right back the other way. Knight got one on a bank shot coming across the lane. He's got a lot of shots. Buffalo by 4 as Austin Carr takes it right on through and gets the basket to go, and he will also go to the free throw line to shoot for a three-point play. Nader fouled him. Nader has 3. Of course, in the NBA, you get 6, and that's the afternoon.
Well, it doesn't look as if anybody's going to get close enough to get 6 today.
Nobody's in trouble yet. A couple of guys with 3. Austin Carr's greatest day on a basketball court came when Notre Dame ended UCLA's long winning streak. He scored 56 in the game. He was the #1 player drafted in the NBA when he came in at 71 by the Cavaliers. Jones at Buffalo works the old 3-man weave. Smith coming up and can't get it to go.
Well, Buffalo again had a lot of time to move the basketball. No pressure on the basketball. Even though they missed a shot, they had a good shot. If you can get good shots like that, you expect to win the basketball game.
Randy Smith took it away. He comes back down the other way, and they're going to call him on a dribbling violation. He palmed the ball.
That NBA dribble got discovered that time. Bob Breaker was right on top of that call. Smith tried a crossover and just carried his hand right on top.
So the Braves' lead is now cut to 1, 62-61. The game was tied at the end of the first period. Buffalo led by 2 at the half. Here comes Randy Smith. Out to Chuck Williams. Hasn't had many shots. Makes that one go. Buffalo opens up a 3-point lead, 64-61. Smith has 4 points. Randy Smith wasn't drafted until the 7th round when he came out of Buffalo State. Was an All-American soccer player.
Shows you how bright those scouts are sometimes. They always miss one.
Anthony Russell just tucks his chin in and heads into the line like a fullback. Draws a foul.
Russell, very good offensive player. Gets the ball outside. Gives Will Jones a fake and goes by him. Gets a little push from the outside as the Cavaliers are going to talk it over. They're behind by 3.
It's been tight all the way with the lead going back and forth, and now as we take a break, it is Buffalo holding to a 3-point lead. The Fiesta Bowl this afternoon found this NBA game matches Penn State with a 10-1 record against Arizona State.
You know, in that Cotton Bowl, the Irish are going to be wearing that lucky green for sure.
Well, they can't now. The Texas got the home call, so they're going to go with the burnt orange. They'll have the green numerals. That's going to be a football game now. Texas, you know, people talk about Campbell, but that team has got a fantastic defense also, led by Brad Shearer, the Outland Award winner, defensive lineman. Texas will be ready, and Notre Dame will be ready. Believe that. We have a 1-point game here at Richfield, Ohio, as Swen Nader goes to the hoop. He is fouled by Jim Jones. Buffalo leading by 1, but now Nader goes to the free throw line.
Oh, we had a parade to the free throw line. Jones has his hands on him right there. He lets him get the ball in deep. You cannot let any NBA basketball player get the ball in deep and then expect to stop him. And Swen Nader is going to be on the line to shoot some free throws.
Swen Nader is a big man. He is 6'11", 255 pounds, from Den Helder, the Netherlands. UCLA, class of 73. Can you imagine hammering up against Walton for 2 years and practice every day? That's got to make you a player.
Got to make you a player. It's got to be very discouraging also because you don't get too much time to play. But he has come on since he's come into the pros.
What a player Walton is. What a fantastic player Bill Walton is. What a winner he is. Now, Cleveland comes back again to within 1, 66-65. Jim Jones with 10 points.
Carr gets used a little bit here, right? Smith gives a little head fake. He leaves his feet. Foul right there. They have the ball out on the side as Buffalo works for a shot, and Smith puts it up.
Foul. That was the second on Austin Carr. Billy Knight did his best, got the ball away, but the shot didn't go. Here come the Cavaliers as Russell comes up on the right flank. And the Cleveland Cavaliers take the lead 67-66 with 8:50 to go in the third period. 13 points for Russell. Will Jones put a little too much bang on the ball, but Knight working inside gets the roll.
Billy Knight working real hard on those offensive boards. He really has a nose for the ball, and he's come up with 2 big rebounds. The last time he gave him another shot, even though Will Jones didn't get it down, this time he took care of the business himself.
And it is a 68-67 game as the ball is tipped away by Nader, picked up by Williams. Here comes Buffalo on a 4-man break. Lead goes to the right flank to Knight. He's going to be called for a charge as Campy Russell positioned himself nicely.
Oh, a little bit of Hollywood by Campy Russell that time. Ball's out here on the wing. Now he takes an angle across as soon as he feels the contact. Hey, Oscar.
Strong breeze would have got him there. That's the second foul on Knight. Cavaliers in the gold uniforms, gold and wine, as Austin Carr comes off the baseline and pumps it in. Carr starting to point. 14 now. Leader for the Cavaliers is Frazier with 19. Russell has 13. Randy Smith, who has not scored in a while, still has 17 to lead Buffalo. Not me, said Campy Russell.
Campy says, I didn't have my hands on him, but he did have his hands all over him. Billy Knight was working away from the basketball right here. Now, Russell is trying to keep him away. He's got him holding right there, and he gets the call as the ball went inside the Nader.
Buffalo with a lot of people moving without the ball. Somebody's going to get open when that happens. Williams puts it up over Frazier. And the defensive board is taken down by Russell. There's no outlet, so he'll set it up with Austin Carr.
This has been an offensive show so far. The team that's going to win this basketball game is the one that's going to be able to come up with some kind of defensive effort down the stretch as Knight brings it back up.
Takes it the distance. When Nader was the last man to touch the ball, so Cleveland gets it back with 7:28 to play in the third period.
Billy Knight normally shoots a better percentage than he is right now, but he's taking some awfully tough shots. The last 2 tries have been kind of off balance and going away from the basket.
Frazier missed it all there. Here's the lead to Randy Smith. Frazier comes up and fouls him, a good foul because Randy Smith had a sure bucket.
Smith burning again, and he just comes right back up that way. Looked like Frazier made a good play. The official might have been out of position as he called it from behind. Frazier looked like he had all the ball, but nonetheless, the Dolphin is going to get to shoot.
Walt Frazier with his 4th personal foul.
This is tit for tat. They don't want this game to get too far away from each other. It's been a 1-point ball game most of the half. Randy Smith is going to get clicking here again as he's warming up from the free throw line.
14th time the lead has changed hands. Nader comes over and feels the behind-the-back save by Billy Knight. It is 70-69. The Braves in the lead. Buffalo could get points at the free throw line now as Cleveland is already in the penalty situation. Buffalo will be shooting the penalty shot the rest of the quarter. 6:57 to play in it. Right now, we're going to take a break in the action with just under 7 minutes to go in the third period, and the Buffalo Braves up by a point. The NBA games coming up tonight. The Knicks and the 76ers meet at Madison Square Garden in New York. San Antonio plays at New Orleans. Atlanta at Washington. Milwaukee plays at Kansas City. Golden State at Portland. How about Portland? 24-4. And the LA Lakers go against Lenny Wilkins in Seattle, up in Seattle.
There's light coming in off of the draperies down there on the other side, and it's reflecting in the player's eye. I really can't see looking through that glass.
You know, we were talking, Steve, about great job Billy Cunningham's done the 76ers. Another of our broadcasters last year at CBS doing a spectacular job is Lenny Wilkins up at Seattle. He's turned them around. What's he done up there?
Well, Lenny Wilkins just took a team that was dead in the water and told them, let's go out and play basketball and enjoy ourselves. They found love and happiness. They're passing the ball around a lot. They're putting the ball up the basket a lot. They're out shooting the opposition, maybe average of maybe 20 shots a game now, and they're just going to the board after they shoot.
Because a couple years ago, Jerry West left us, went to the LA Lakers, and they had the best record in the league in the regular season. You ever want to be a coach?
No, I think you got to be a little crazy to coach.
Dick Snyder is in the game. Over to Austin Carr as Cleveland now puts more motion in their offense, and Jones comes across the middle. The big guy out of Marquette now has 12.
Every time Jim Jones has turned and faced Swin Nader, he's made an easy move and scored or gotten fouled, and they should try to capitalize on that as Randy Smith brings it back.
The 15th lead change. And now we have 21 points for Randy Smith as Buffalo goes back in the lead by 1. That's the 16th lead change. Buffalo led by 2 at the half. We have 6:10 to go in the third period. Cleveland again clears the side, letting Russell go one-on-one with Will Jones, and Jones with a clean block of the ball.
Well, Bill Fitcher's up off his feet, and he just cannot believe that Will Jones has that quick of hands. He does have very quick hands right there, but he got a lot of arms.
For the ball, and the big hands of Sven Nader clamp down on it. He gets it up to Williams. Lead to Smith is tipped away, and Buffalo will keep the ball inbounds.
Well, the ball really wasn't kicked that time. Williams was trying to make a pass, and he bounced it off some feet in there. That's the reason no kicking call was foul. The Braves still have the ball out of bounds.
And here is Chuck Williams. Andy Smith can't take it away from Jones. Lead to Snyder. One man back is Williams. Snyder having trouble with the handle. Knight, lead to Smith. Watch this. Looking to draw the foul.
Well, he looked to draw the foul that time, but they had an opportunity. Cavaliers had an opportunity to score, and Snyder could not handle the ball. Carr tried to take it in just a little bit too close. That time, he's a good perimeter shooter. He probably should have pulled up and let those people underneath just bang the board if the shot was missed.
Good lead bounce pass to Brewer. He couldn't handle it, but it was last touched by a Brave underneath. We'll watch that again.
See, he makes a cut right here. Again, they're having trouble handling the ball as they're getting themselves in shooting position. I think they're thinking shoot before they catch the basketball.
Knight goes 1-on-2 and puts it up. Oh, that's a tough play.
Right now, Buffalo is just really beating it down the basketball court. They're looking for the opportunity shot and taking advantage of their quickness. Cleveland is not scoring.
Knight has terrific control of the ball inside. Going up, the Braves now lead by 6. They had a 5-point margin earlier in the game. Now it's back down to 3. Snyder scoring at 76-73. Randy Smith comes ripping out of the corner, coming off the pick set by Will Jones, but the call goes against Buffalo.
Again, Cotton Fitzsimmons doing a lot of coaching over there on the side, telling him protect it. Now Snyder takes the shortcut right here, and Smith just continues to run on that weave play, and they get him for the charge.
It's a 76-73 game. 73 game, a 3-point advantage for Buffalo in the third quarter. 4:15 to play in the period. Ball is kicked out into the flank, and here comes Randy Smith off a feed from Williams. And Randy Smith, who's got 23, I don't know who they're going to give that to. Knight and Nader both took a swipe at it.
Well, Swin Nader came in over the top, and they give the basket to Billy Knight as he was the closest one to it.
18 points for Knight. Now Russell comes down. Can't be Russell with some explosive basketball. And it is now 78-75. The Braves lead again by 3, again by 5 as Knight so quietly, so coolly lays it up on a reverse.
Well, Billy Knight gets that basket because Campy Russell went to sleep. He makes a fine offensive move down the other end and slow getting back, and Knight out-hustles him, and he's wide open as they make a good pass.
They're starting to take the ball to the basket now on the dribble. Austin Carr took it right through, then got it out to Jones, who hits it. And it's now an 80-77 game, Buffalo. Jim Jones has scored 14 points. Nader takes a look at some people moving, lots of pushing and shoving inside. The big guy arcs it up with the right hand. And Buffalo has a 5-point lead, 82-77. And Sven Nader has 14 points.
Jim Brewer lost his shoe, so they had to take a 20-second injury timeout to let him get his shoe back on as they continue to play. The Cavaliers and the Braves, both teams, allowing each other to move the ball freely. That's why we have a lot of points scored. The nets are hot. Offensive players game.
Cotton's going with his good best stuff here today, his plaid vest and pants. 3:10 to go in the third period. 82-77, Buffalo in the lead. Cleveland with the ball. Well, that's the player. Russell takes it in on Nader, dip fakes him and lays it in. Campy Russell has 17 points. We've lost the Vidifont, which is the machine we superimpose the score with. Now it's back, we're told. The score is 82-79 Buffalo. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. Cotton Fitzsimmons summons his players over for a little council now with 2:52 to play in the third period. Buffalo holds it a 3-point lead.
Streak is JoJo White with 474 consecutive games.
There's Clyde, who had his 15,000th point against his old club, the Knicks, the other night.
Well, he's going to close in on a couple of milestones, 15,000 points, but he's very close to having 5,000 assists, which means he's accounted for a lot of balls going through the hole.
Now they're starting to get jibed up here in Cleveland, exhorting the Cavaliers, who trail Buffalo by 3, 82-79. Will Jones will inbound the ball for the Braves. Chuck Williams in the backcourt. Randy Smith, the other guard. Down low they go to Marvin Barnes. Rebound, nicely down to Jones. Again with good position. He had Nader blocked out.
The last time down, the Cavaliers worked an excellent play to Campy Russell out on the wing. He made a fine offensive move, and they may be coming back with the same type of play as he's penetrated well.
Jones with a little too much on it, and Marvin Barnes sweeps it off the defensive board.
Sure as how much I know.
2:15 to go in the third period. The Braves holding to a 3-point lead. They led by 2 at the half. 82-79. Randy Smith putting up the home run ball. Can't get it down. Russell goes down. Cleveland playing with 4 men on offense right now. Russell's back in the play. They hold it up for him.
Cleveland has an opportunity to get within 1 here if they can come down and get a good play. That's a tough shot. Campy Russell makes it to bring him within 1.
19 for Campy Russell, and it's 82-81. Buffalo's lead cut to a point. It was 5 not that long ago. Very poor percentage shot, but Marvin Barnes takes down the offensive board. Ball is tipped out to Randy Smith. Buffalo getting a lot of chances at it. Here's a call going against the Braves. They were pushing up inside, says Bob Riegel.
Marvin Barnes makes this possible. Will Jones gets a shot from the corner right there. Barnes goes up with a fine offensive rebound, spinning move inside. He misses it. He almost gets it in. He keeps it alive. Randy Smith has it. There's no push-off, but that's what they call again. It's push.
Marvin Barnes comes down with the rebound. Here comes Randy Smith. Lost the handle going to the hoop, and they turn the ball back over to the Cavaliers with 1:10 to go in the third quarter.
Cotton Fitzsimmons is going to take Randy Smith out. He's just a little bit out of control right now. That last time, he left everybody, including the basketball, and can't play without it.
Snyder down low to Jones. Got it up over Will Jones to score, and Cleveland comes back to take the lead, 83-82.
Excellent play that time. Snyder comes across. Jones had set the pick for him, and he takes it in. The Cavaliers have gotten the lead again.
Marvin Barnes spinning off, and they hacked at Marvin Barnes. So the big guy is going to go to the free throw line. We'll look at him again.
Barnes displaying some of the moves that made him an ABA All-Star as he comes from the corner, made a spinning move back in. Brewer has a lot of trouble with him, and he's on the line for a couple of free throws.
Be sure and stay tuned for the MVP award at the conclusion of the game. Remember that game in St. Louis of the ABA, Steve, when you were a teammate of Marvin Barnes? He missed the plane, chartered his own plane. Where'd he fly down to, Virginia?
Flew down to Virginia. He came in like he was Winston Churchill, had a little 10-gallon hat on, his overcoat, and his warm-ups on underneath, flashing that victory sign. He went out and got 48 points and 23 rebounds as we won that game, pulling away.
The game is locked up at 83 with 37 seconds to go in the third period. Cleveland breaks the draw as Jim Brewer gets the inside feed and sets it down hard. It's 85-83 the Cavaliers.
Cavaliers are going to try and play the clock down as close as they can to get one shot and make it very tough for the Cavaliers to come back down and score.
They're doubling up on Marvin Barnes. Look at him follow it up, and he got the basket. It went through. Barnes came out of the woodwork, followed his own shot, and slammed it back through, and the game is tied at 85.
Again, Marvin Barnes is playing some of the things that made him such a high pick in the dispersal draft.
Let's see Marvin Barnes in action.
He chases his own shot. He just grabs it and throws it back down for that grand slam, and the score is tied up. We got a ball game here, Don Criqui.
This one's been tight all the way. We go into the final period, tie at 85. 13 at the half. It's going to be a tight one, maybe right down to the buzzer.
Well, they're giving Frazier a break, because they think they're going to need him down the stretch, and the game is dead even. They've got some offensive players out on the floor. Neither team has really gotten that close defensively. It's going to be real good offensive power right down the stretch.
In the game now, excuse me, Steve. For the Cavaliers, we have Snyder, Carr, Brewer, Jones, and Russell. In the game for the Braves, we have Knight, Billy Knight. McDaniels is back in. Marvin Barnes in the back line. We have a sharpshooter out of Southern Illinois, Frazier's old school, Glenn Summer, playing with Chucky Williams.
It's Mike Glenn playing with Chuck Williams, and he really can shoot the basketball. Right there, they passed him up. That was his shot.
Got that big groan inside and got the hit from Billy Knight. He is 22.
They passed up Mike Glenn in choice of experience for Billy Knight, who's also an excellent outside shooter.
Doesn't get many. When he does, they're resounding.
Well, Brewer put the cap on this one again. That's his second consecutive dunk as Marvin Barnes was outside trying to double team and lost him. Brewer took advantage of it.
Mike Shaw, the Braves PR man, says that Mike Glenn is about the best outside shooter. This is the purest shooter they've had in a long time.
He's a tremendous shooter. As you saw again, Marvin Barnes puts the ball up and he chases it. He's in deep. He's very tough inside. He makes a little finger roll move there and he gets his own rebound. All kinds of hands, and Campy Russell gets him across the arm.
Now we have John Lambert coming in for the Cavaliers.
Lambert has been sick. He has played in every game this season, the only Cavalier to do so, but he has been sick and they didn't expect him to play today. He missed practice yesterday.
Brewer takes a break. Williams against Austin Carr. Barnes is hand-fighting, body-fighting Lambert down low. Jones sweeps in and takes it. 87-87 the score with 10:46 to play in the game. We're in the fourth period here at Richfield, Ohio. Don Criqui with Steve Jones as Carr gets a break inside. Jones is rejected by McDaniels, but Carr comes up with the ball inside court.
Cavaliers, the last 3 times down, have done an excellent job of working the ball inside. They start outside. One of the guards makes a penetrating move, and they're able to get the ball inside and get some kind of shot up that's high percentage.
Jones was a disappointment. The man who just hit that shot to give Cleveland a 2-point lead in the ABA out of Marquette. When he got with Bill Fitch, something happened. The chemistry was right, and he's really been sound since he's been here.
Well, he's been a much better ball player, and probably just due to age and maturity. He's gotten his mind on basketball, and he plays much better for them as he just gives them the ball back.
Buffalo hurrying with the ball as Knight feeds off to McDaniels, but it won't go. He took an extra step.
Billy Knight charged that time. He got himself a little bit out of control as he saw McDaniels on the wing, and he was trying to rush to make that play. Right there, Knight comes in. He's losing control. There's nothing you can do as Snyder comes over, and he just runs him down.
Marvin Barnes just got number 4. Coming over the top looking for the basketball. Buffalo still under the limit, so Cleveland will inbounds the balls.
Marvin Barnes a little bit over enthusiastic. Randy Smith comes back in. Barnes makes a bad play out on the perimeter. The ball is coming into Lambert where he can't hurt him, but he reaches over his back trying to make a steal. Not smart basketball in a close game.
They won't come out after Jones, but he'll kill you if you leave him alone. He just got his 20th point, and Cleveland opens up a 4-point lead. Buffalo needs a hoop badly now. They had a 5-point lead late in the third quarter. And now the Cavaliers coming up with the swing, and they're up by 4. Going to set it up.
They're going to set it up now. They feel as though they have that strange guy momentum working their way. But both teams are not really playing very aggressive defense, and they're going to get another chance to put the ball up. The Braves are not out of this game by any stretch.
Shot clock is down to 6. Campy Russell goes one-on-one. Daniels got that one. Billy Knight trying to come up with a dribble, banged it off his foot, so Cavaliers got it right back.
McDaniels made a real strong rebound that time. He got the outlet pass out. They had a breaking opportunity. Billy Knight could not control it as he saw dollar signs at the other end.
.850 to play in the game. 91-87, the Cavaliers in the lead. Lambert as he's doubled up by Marvin Barnes. There's going to be no basket. Russell pushed off.
Russell does this a lot. He makes a move right there, a little bunny hop, and then he pushes off. He tries to protect himself and keep the man from getting the ball. That's his second foul that way in this ball game.
Marvin Barnes wants to challenge Lambert. Now he gets it off to McClain, who's back in. He gets the roll, and Buffalo's back to within 2.
Buffalo's back in the ball game. The problem that they're having right now is when they get down on offense, they're holding the ball just a little bit too long. Again, there's not that much defensive pressure for one player to hold the ball that long.
Jones is firing it up. That time it didn't go, and here comes McClain leading the break to Randy Smith. Kicks it off inside, and Barnes can't get it down on the driving shot.
Fatigue kept it off. Marvin Barnes just a little tired. He really hustled down to get in that break and couldn't get the cap on it. And the Cavaliers score down at this one and got a chance to get 3. Carr makes a fine pass across to Russell. Russell really has a nice little finessing moves inside. It doesn't look like he got hit, though.
Well, the man says he did, so there he is at the free throw line.
Well, you know how the man is. That's almost like getting a traffic ticket. There's no arguing.
Well, there's arguing, but it doesn't get you anywhere. 21 points for Campy Russell, looking for 22. Named after his father's baseball idol, Roy Campanella. 93-89. 7:40 to play in the game, and Cavaliers with a 4-point lead. Barnes coming out high now brings Lambert away, but they still have height inside as Jones is in the game. Nice touch.
Jim McDaniels again can shoot the basketball. They set up well that time as Will Jones gives Marvin Barnes a rest, and they score to bring themselves back to within 2.
Puts Walker in the game, and here's a fight for the ball. Randy Smith gets it. We're going to have a foul. Jones back at Randy Smith trying to get the ball back. Jones has 4 now.
Jim Jones just lost control, and Randy Smith, man on the spot, as he's looking to be that MVP today.
Daniels gets the rebound. He's 7 feet tall. Goes right back up. Jim's got a little age on him now. You can see him not quite as quick back down the floor, but he can do a job still.
Jim McDaniels really just beginning to find himself as a player, and he's making a contribution for the Braves.
Lambert gets it up. Rebound taken down inside. Will Jones gets it up court, and here comes Smith. Kicking it off to Knight. Rejected. Got a foul on the play. So with the game tied at 93, Buffalo can break the tie. But first we're going to have a break here at the Coliseum of Richfield, Ohio. The score in the 4th period, 93-93. Got a good one going here as the Braves and the Cavaliers are locked up at 93. As we start to head down the stretch, 6:44 to play in the game, and we've got a good one coming up after this NBA game when we go to Phoenix for the 1977 Fiesta Bowl. 2 outstanding college teams matched, the Penn State Nittany Lions against Arizona State. Billy Knight is at the free throw line now for the Buffalo Braves. He scored 22 points. Hammers that ball, gets a lot of field. There's Clyde back in to come down the stretch now. This is where he can go to work.
Well, Frazier has come back in the game along with Fitz Walker and Elmore Smith. They made it almost a wholesale change as they're trying to give some people some rest. Take Jim Jones out, who's bordering on foul trouble as he picked up his 4th.
Got to have the bench to play in this league. These things can turn into a track meet the way they break. Frazier, body checked by McLean. They're going to call him on it. They're going to call Ted McLean on it. And so Ted McLean gets his second, and the Cavaliers inbound the ball. 95-93, Buffalo down by 4, has come back now to lead by 2 in the fourth period. Clyde's game is a one-on-one game. Boy, Russell's giving him a lot. He's getting him big plays. That was one. He has 23 points and it's locked up again.
Campy Russell has really come on to make some big plays for him in the second half. Frazier is very effective when he can back his man down, break him down like that, and then fall back for that jumper. Everybody crashes the board for him then because they know what to do when he has the basketball out on the top.
5:50 to go. Will Jones tries one. Daniels tried to stuff it. He touched the ball over the ring, which is a violation. Offensive goaltending.
That ball was doing a little soft tease up there, and it's bouncing around. McDaniels comes over. He thought it was off the lip, but it was still on.
And so the Cavaliers can break the tie now. 95-95. Frazier goes to the basket. Hacked by Billy Knight. Now the penalties in effect.
This has been an offensive game, and now's the time for the defense to come to the front as Billy Knight tried to come over and give some help as he smacks Frazier across the arm and puts him on the line. It's 5:40 left. Teams are going to have to toughen up. They expect to win this one.
You're talking about Mike Glenn from Southern Illinois. He's the second leading all-time scorer from Southern Illinois. Who do you think the first one is?
Everyone would think it was Walt Frazier.
It's Chico Vaughn.
Oh.
Clyde is third. I thought that.
Well, Frazier's probably their most famous alum, and with the things that he's done with the Knicks, again, he scored 15,000 points as a pro. It would automatically be the first thing to come to mind.
It's a one-point basketball game. 96-95, the Cavaliers holding to the lead. Randy Smith forces a shot. Billy Knight gets the offensive rebound, puts it up so softly, and Buffalo is back in front.
A lot of people holding, grabbing, grunting that time down in there. Will Jones did an excellent job of pulling someone down to allow Billy Knight to get that basket.
Foots Walker in a traffic jam. Ball is free. Foots gets it. Call him Foots because when he was 5 years old, I can't believe it. They say he's true. He had a size 11 foot. Man, Campy Russell is doing a big job for the Cavaliers as he throws it down from way out and draws a foul. That gives the Cavaliers a one-point lead, 98-97.
Well, Billy Knight has picked up his fifth foul, and a painful fifth foul that time. Brewer's back in the game for John Lambert.
Now Barnes is coming back in. Marvin Barnes, number 8, is back in the game to bang up against Jim Brewer. That's two men going against each other.
Barnes has a quickness advantage over Brewer, but he must play good, solid basketball. Brewer's pretty steady on the defensive end.
A loop pass to Marvin Barnes, the alley-oop, as it were. All for naught. The ball turns back over.
Well, this is a tough play to make. Barnes has been on the bench for a few minutes, and he overthrows him, and he doesn't even get a chance to get up and time it, and they lose the ball. Critical error at 4:42.
That used to be a big play at Providence with Ernie D. Gregorio looping that ball up to Barnes. 99-97 in Cleveland, and they have the ball. Here's Frazier. He's looking to shoot. They double up on him now. That's a one-pointer. A little help from the glass.
Two of the last shots have come from downtown, and they've both been off the glass. Makes you wonder, Cavaliers have a little something going with that bank.
101-97. You see Frazier putting his back and shifting back and forth. He's looking to spin off and jump shoot.
McLean gets a feed back from Barnes and just goes right by Walker. Walker tries to give him a little body. Elmore Smith makes sure it doesn't go in. He's going to get a couple of free throws. They need everything they can get to keep it close.
So Ted McLean is at the free throw line now. Here is Austin Carr coming back in for Foots Walker. With 4:11 to play in the game, it is Austin Carr, Walt Frazier in the backcourt, Campy Russell, Jim Brewer, and Elmore Smith up front for Cleveland. Marvin Barnes, Randy Smith, Swen Nader, Will Jones, and Ted McClain at the free throw line of the game for Buffalo. McClain gets both. It's a 2-point game, Cleveland. 101-99. 4:06 to play. Cleveland with a lot less motion in their offense now. They're just setting up. Elmore Smith gets the ball. Cavaliers know those backboards, don't they?
Well, right now, everything the Cavaliers throwing up seems to be catching the glass or catching the edge of the rim, but it's coming down the right way.
Nader with a nice touch, but it doesn't go. Marvin Barnes puts it up twice and gets it the second time.
Again, you see the strength of Marvin Barnes. Tremendous on the board. He has kept the ball alive and kept the Cavaliers from pulling away.
They're doubling up on Frazier. They know that he can fire away when he gets hot. Here's Nader having the ball tipped from him. Saved nicely, but to the wrong man as Will Jones comes up with it and almost throws it away. Marvin Barnes gets it. He has it knocked away. And they come right back down as the Cavaliers go to the basket in Austin Parr. That basket likes the Cavaliers. Swen Nader's double up coming back down the floor. I think he needs wind. Big guy's worn down a little bit as the pace heats up. Cleveland opens up a 4-point lead, 105-101. With just 3:02 left to play in the game. We'll be back with a stretch run in a moment. There's World Cup skiing. The world's strongest men competition. Highlights from that. Lots of good things, including the Woodward, the stuntmen competition, all coming up next Saturday at 4:30 Eastern Time on the best of the CBS Sports Spectacular. And that's how it stands here, Steve.
Well, we're back. Buffalo had taken a timeout to get some organization. There's 3:02 left in the ball game. They do not want the game to get away from them right now. Cotton Fitzsimmons wants a good set play so they can get a chance to score and come back with some defensive pressure on the Cavaliers.
2:58 to go. That is the game clock superimposed. Marvin Barnes holding it outside, looking for motion underneath. They're working kicks now. Knight, Russell, as Cleveland's playing a switching off defense. One could almost call it a zone at times. McClain shoots, gets it to go. McClain has helped Buffalo greatly down the stretch.
Well, they took the entire 24 seconds. They seemed very tentative about who was going to handle the ball and who.
Air ball, and Marvin Barnes is there to take it. He wants Ted McClain to be moving. He wants to get it out in the outlet, force the ball down court quickly. More time to operate with the shot clock when you get it down fast.
Well, that is a man that they want shooting the basketball. He does not have the reputation of making a lot of baskets.
There's a tough shot. If that goes, Barnes is down to the floor as he missed the tip-in. Marvin's looking for a whistle. No such luck.
Again, very tentative. Billy Knight had the ball behind the basket. He normally wants to shoot it, but he didn't seem like he wanted the shot, even though he put it up. He didn't put up with the kind of authority that would say, I'm going to make it.
So right now, the Cavaliers are going to wind that shot clock right down as they use the game clock. Down to 1:40. Cleveland by 2. Campy Russell has, in the vote profile analysis, just moved very close to the top of this MVP voting. Here, anyway. 28. He's getting all over the floor.
He's been everywhere.
Marvin Barnes heads to the hoop, and he was hacked on the play. Cleveland with a 4-point lead, 107-103. This is the first game of what's going to be a sensational season of NBA basketball here on CBS.
Well, the ball is loose. Barnes comes up with it. He tries to come through. Brewer and Campy Russell both get him across the arm. And Brewer's going to be out of the game with his 6th foul. And we're in the penalty. Marvin Barnes on the line. He's suffering from the lack of oxygen. He's a little tired, but he's going to try and get him down.
Brewer goes out of the game with 6 fouls and 6 points, but he gave the Cavaliers a whole lot more than that with his strong inside play. A lot of the good shots come off picks set by Brewer. He's tough to move out. And here's Bingo Smith. He's a sharpshooter.
An unusual substitution. Cotton Fitzsimmons has taken out both of his big scores. Billy Knight has gone to the bench. Randy Smith has gone to the bench. You would think with 1:20 left in the ball game, down by 4, that now you want him in there. Maybe he's given him just a short break during this. timeout to get a quick blow and get him back in on another dead ball.
Marvin Barnes will try again with 1:20 to go, and his team, Buffalo, down by 4.
They say fatigue makes cowards of us all, and it's really gotten the best of Marvin Barnes. He's tired. Not a bad free throw shooter, and normally rises to the occasion in the clutch. He missed a pair.
Cleveland's going to be content now to wind that clock down. Barnes gets the ball away from Russell. And here come the Braves running. Chuck Williams takes it up the middle as the passing lanes fill, but Buffalo's going to call a timeout now as we're down to under a minute. 55 seconds to go. The Cavaliers 107, the Braves 103. It's been the shooting of Cappy Russell that's propelled Cleveland to the lead. He has 28 points, had only 9 at the half. Cotton Fitzsimmons is down on the floor, drawing plays. You go here, you go. What is he telling right now as you come up with 55 seconds and a 4-point deficit?
While he's drawing, he may be praying, hoping that they can execute this play that he's got drawn out there on the floor. They've been tentative offensively the last 2 or 3 times down, and it's been difficult for them to get the shot up that they want. They moved the ball around. Billy Knight's back in the game. Also, Randy Smith is back in as they got their offensive unit back in the basketball game.
Don't forget, coming up on Sunday, January 8th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, the premier challenge of the sexes. Virginia Wade versus Vitas Gerulaitis. Water ski, trick jumping, a motorcycle jump off. That's all coming up Sunday, January 8th, 1 o'clock here on CBS. Challenge of the sexes return. 107-103. The Braves down by 4. They have the basketball as you see the clock with 47 to play. Nader makes it go. Wade Nader keeps Buffalo in the game. 107-105. He has 16 points. Buffalo has to be careful now not to foul, and Cleveland will cautiously protect the ball and run the shot clock down. Didn't go. Nader gets the ball. Buffalo can tie it up. Randy Smith fires. Poorly taken shot. Poor percentage shot. And we're going to have a foul call. Randy Smith gunned it up from the top of the key, and there was a foul on the subsequent rebound, and Cleveland, and fouled in the backcourt, goes to the line with 21 seconds left. Elmore Smith goes to the free throw line. Seven feet tall from Kentucky State. Barnes back in the ball game. Down into the final 21 seconds. Barnes, Nader, Knight, McClain, and Randy Smith in there for Buffalo. Elmore Smith might have nailed the lid on for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're up by 3 with 21 seconds to go. And Buffalo will take a timeout. Trailing by 4 with 21 seconds left. But you have seen stranger things in a team come from behind in this league, down by 4 with 21 seconds to play. The Cavaliers have been led by Campy Russell, who had just 9 points at the half, but has proceeded to score 19 in the next 2 periods, for a total of 28. That's been the difference that they came from behind. Jones has 20. Walt Frazier hit 22. Austin Carr had 16. Elmore Smith, who just hit a couple of big free throws, has 9, but he gives the Cavaliers a 4-point advantage with 21 seconds to play. The leading point producer for Buffalo is their leading scorer throughout the season. Knight has 26. Randy Smith has 23. Nader with 16. McClain has 13. Boy, there's some good things coming up tomorrow on CBS. From Dallas, Texas, actually Irving, Texas Stadium, the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys in the opening NFC playoff game. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget the NFL Today with Brent Musburger, Phyllis George, and Irv Cross will be coming up at 1:30 Eastern Time. And then at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, the Vikings and the Rams go at it at the Los Angeles Coliseum. The winners of those 2 games will advance to the NFC Championship game, and of course the winner of that on to the Super Bowl. Brent, Phyllis, and Irv tomorrow at 1:30 The Bears and the Cowboys go at it. Will they ever? 2 o'clock Eastern time. Steve Jones has gone down to the floor. He'll be talking with some of the victors, and then we'll be switching to Phoenix, Arizona for the 1977 Cotton Bowl football game, as Penn State and Arizona State at this moment are going through their final warm-ups. The first of a big lineup of bowl games here on CBS. That includes the Sun Bowl on December 31. And, of course, the big game January 2nd at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas, and Notre Dame. 109 to 105. The Buffalo come back inbounds as the horn sounds with the ball. And Cleveland very well might let them take any shot they like. Get the ball inbounds. They have enough on the shot clock to wind out the game. Only 21 seconds left to play. Glad you could be with us on this Christmas Day here on CBS. As the Cleveland Cavaliers in their gold and wine uniforms come out now. And Buffalo's Marvin Barnes gets set to inbound the ball. Got to hurry now, the Braves do. That's the game clock winding down. 18 seconds. Ball is tipped away. Down court to Clyde Frazier. He gets it, and that will do it. 111 to 105. Frazier has 24. Barnes shoots. Russell rebounds, holds the ball, waiting for the clock to wind out. And it does. The final score here at Richfield, Ohio, the Cleveland Cavaliers 111, the Buffalo Braves 105.